Tell us your top 3 hacks of life, bro.
Attention is number 1. Limit your dopamine. Now that leads to my third thing. This has been insane for me. It's like
This whole like idea of a passion, a bit of a joke. I'm not gonna go as far as saying it's a joke, but like it's something I threw out the window a while back.
Because to me, figuring that formula was worth my whole life's work.
I always think about that. If I never had the business, what would I do? I don't know, some finance or accounting, but
Yeah, see, I could never answer that question.
you know.
I want to work at Costco, dude.
I've actually thought of like times.
$1.50 hot dogs with a drink.
Phenomenal experience.
Crazy, right? You're flipping hilarious.
So you came from Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts. We met each other at ClickFunnels.
Yeah.
You know ClickFunnels?
Yeah.
So
Evan
you
talks about it.
do you? Oh, okay.
you
So
been?
yeah.
You
No.
ever been? No. You ever used it?
No.
He's a weirdo.
Broken record, huh?
He's a weirdo.
This guy? Yeah, he's hella weird, dude.
What do you use? Oh no, but you use GHL.
GHL? No, I go high level. Huh?
See, you know what's funny is
high level.
I'm already like lost in the conversation.
It's all good, bro. Maybe.
But what was it?
maybe,
What was
maybe
it? You
this
guys
could
met-
be.
Was it a conference? What was it?
It was a
Yeah,
conference for
it
people.
was a conference. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
It was a conference for digital marketers.
Okay, cool.
We're both by nature digital marketers, and so we met up and then we fell in love.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
This is how you find out.
Also, by the way, he's the whitest Arab I've ever met in my life.
Yep,
That's another thing
I
too.
would never get on Middle Eastern ever.
Yeah, dude, this guy
Italian
comes
or Indian? Italian by looks, Indian by last name.
Indian that could work. I don't know if I could see Indian. On
There's no way in hell you can see Indian.
I'm from
There's
Zimbabwe.
no Indian there. This man looks like if you just walk by him with like a spicy sandwich, he'll just be like, it burns.
Just seen me the other night. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, so I met this guy and like he comes up to me and he goes, "Yeah, bro, I'm Arab." I'm like, "From where?" He goes, "Syria." I'm like, took him to the bathroom, looked at the mirror and be like, "Yo, we do not look like each other." And he goes, "Yeah, we just from there." He actually did something pretty chill that day. Never forget it. He came around and passed around cigars for everybody.
Oh.
You.
Oh,
You remember you did that?
Yeah.
That stuck with all of us, just an FYI.
Really?
Yeah. Like when you left the table that night, everybody was like, that was the definition of providing value with such class that you're just kind of like the cool guy now. Yeah, 100%, dude. Like Omar, a couple other people, like we're like, oh, this guy's dope just because of the cigars. Like he came out of nowhere. He goes, "Yeah, guys, nice to meet you. Here's some cigars."
Yeah, I would have fallen in love with him. I would have. Yeah.
I literally was like, "Damn, that was smooth," you know?
I'd be so down for a cigar right now.
Yeah.
But that's
Dude,
dope.
I have after we should.
Oh,
Yeah.
snap.
Some
By the
cigars.
pool? What? Let's take this podcast to the pool.
Dude, so I don't know. Well, she actually got me a really good cigar.
Who?
We're not gonna say who, but you know. Yeah, real
some-
Davidoff. Like a really
Oh,
good
Santa
one.
Claus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you sent me a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Santa
Dude,
Claus?
friggin'
Mrs.
yeah.
Claus.
No, Santa
Well-
Claus. His gender identity type.
Oh!
I'm gonna get canceled, bro. Oh God. No,
Yeah.
man.
No, but that was because I was with Kai, I was with Mario, and Michael Borio, something like that. I don't know. He runs like a solar business in Florida. I had no idea who the guy was, but he doesn't smoke. He was just sitting there with us, and he was bored as hell. He was just sitting, wanted to leave as soon as possible. But we were just hanging out, and I felt bad because I knew I was supposed to meet up with you guys, and I was with Kai for like a couple hours. We had 2 cigars come in.
Yeah.
Brought you guys a bunch of. That was my 3rd one of the night. Probably won't do that again. Of having 3
Yeah,
cigars.
you were
in one night.
going at it that day.
Yeah.
You were a chimney.
Oh,
Yeah, walking around with smoke all over you. Like,
It's hard to sleep after.
it was crazy, bro. Huh?
It's hard to sleep having smoked that many.
really?
The taste in your mouth is just disgusting.
Yeah. Well, when you wake up, it's just
Oh, yeah.
there's like skin coming off your mouth sometimes.
Hey, yo, TMI,
Dude,
bro.
it's bad.
I don't know if I want to know all. I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, he pulled up and he's like, "Yo, I like you guys. Let's smoke some cigars." All of a sudden, he went from this random dude to like the coolest guy in the entire conference. Like that was like a A+ type of move. But yeah, that's how we met.
Yeah. And that's how I know Karosi too, Andrew.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah. Because I was part of his program for a while. Do you know Andrew?
He
No.
doesn't know anybody in our industry.
Oh.
Yeah, this guy. What do you do for a living?
I don't know yet.
Oh boy.
We're
gonna figure that out today.
42.
40, 46.
Dude, you know the problem? It's so sad. Everybody
3
believed
years
you.
ago.
46
What did you
3
say?
years ago. I said what's so sad is everybody just believed you.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Like, you look old.
No, when I was 18, some dude was just like guessing my age, and I kept saying no. He kept going higher, and I was like, this guy needs to stop. When I finally told him I was 18, homeboy just basically just turned around and walked away. He didn't even say another word.
Wait, you're 18?
I'm 18.
No way. Dude, that's the thing about him. Like, you can believe any age on this guy. It's weird,
crazy.
right?
Yeah.
Like I could look at you and go early 20s, right?
Yeah.
But with him, you're like, is he 60 or is he 13? Like, I don't know the difference.
13's crazy.
13?
Doing podcasts and everything, man.
Dude, I know one guy that is as tall as you. He's massive, and he's like fucking 16 at our church. Crazy.
That's nuts.
I never would have guessed. He looks like he's 28.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Well, so tell us about yourself, man. Welcome to the crew.
Thank you.
Let's give you a round of applause.
All right, yeah.
Let's go, David. So, David, you have an interesting story, dude. I think he might fall in love with you halfway through, so be careful.
Okay.
Just give me a cigar.
Yeah, but like, you know, I know we met through like the ClickFunnels event, but kind of give us your quick rundown, dude. Who's David like? What's he about?
Yeah.
Let's see if he makes the cool list. You think you'll do it? Wait, hold on. Let's bet on it. You think you'll make it?
I think he's already there.
I mean, I got two cigars, so I'll just.
How many cigars did you give him, bro? He bribed you, bro.
Where do I start? Well, I mean, I just graduated college in New Jersey, so I did business administration.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I didn't really learn much. I mean, because I just have been doing that for the past 6 years. So I've started the agency about 6 years ago, 2017. And first we started with promo videos. We'd go to like local stores and just film because I was really into film. That's how I got the Sony.
Nice.
I got all the equipment there. And we did a couple shoots. We did one for a car dealer. We did for a pizza shop. We did for a tuning shop. So that was great. And you know, I did that for a little bit. Didn't think much of it. I didn't really have a reason. I just wanted to have an online business. And so, but then I was like, you know what? This is not really sustainable. It's not really scalable. I was charging like, I don't know, 200, 450 for a video. And I was like, this is like nothing. So anyway,
It's a great start, though.
It's a good start. Yeah, it's a good start for a guy not really knowing what the hell he's doing. But I enjoyed it a lot, I will say. And I still, to this day, enjoy filmmaking because you can always look back at the memories. And
He was just talking about that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like, and when you're editing, you just kind of, you're like watching the whole thing. And it's like,
He literally said
Let him talk. Let him
Bro,
talk.
continue. I'm
Let
done.
him
I'm done.
talk.
Go
you
ahead.
said the same thing?
This is crazy.
No, go ahead. You're
Really?
literally
Go ahead,
mirroring
go
what
ahead.
he said last episode, but like.
So it's like,
Like he said that word for word too. Like
No
that's
way.
such a trip. Yeah, I swear to God. Okay, go ahead. Deja
so when you're
vu.
editing it, like you watch it back and it's like, shit, I put 10 hours into this video. It looks fucking amazing, you know? And then you show people and it's like, you're just so proud of it and all that stuff. So that was that. I still, you know, down the line, I still kind of did that when I would travel and just have all these like different clips. I don't really do it too much anymore, but it's just so much work, you know, taking the cameras and the drone and the editing. And, you know, if I'm going to do it, I'll just hire someone to take care of it at that point. But I learned from people like you and Olsen. I don't know if you guys would know him, but there was Casey Neistat, obviously, with the vlogs. Then there was one other guy, I forgot his name. It was Sam Colder or something like that. He might know. Yeah, there we go. Sam Colder's really, dude, all of the templates, I had all of them. Yeah, and then, full-time filmmaker, I don't know if you guys would. Yeah.
We skipped ads because of those guys. Because they were selling 200K plus.
No way. He was good, man. I learned a lot from him. But yeah, so I did that for a while, and then I hopped into agency. I was with Ty Lopez, Grant Cardone. Are you in that industry at all?
I'm familiar with those names.
Yeah, Gary Vee, the whole 9 yards with those threes. And so you know, we went into Facebook ads. I still didn't really know what I was doing. I was still charging like $200.
You did Facebook ads at what year?
maybe 2018, 2019. 2019 is when I really kicked it up. I got my first massive client.
Yeah.
I charged them like 5K for like a funnel and like or 3K for like a funnel and then like 2K monthly. And I was like shaking at that
life-changing
point.
money.
Yeah, dude. Because I've never charged such high ticket.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I was doing that. I had my buddy come in, Conan. He taught me a lot about ClickFunnels. He introduced me to ClickFunnels. He introduced me to all these coaching programs. So anyway, long story short, we got into Facebook ads. Now I do coaching for sales and acquisition.
Nice.
So I'll basically mostly just build the acquisition system for coaches and consultants. Basically the same ones that we're doing, and whatever industry things that we're working on, we'll just hand it off to them. We'll take care of it for them, and then just coach them on how to use that system.
That's
Keep it very, very simple. Yeah, it's a hybrid.
That's dope. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
like he's in that's how that similar stuff. That's what I used to do last year.
You got me into acquisition system.
I did.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And
Please
then,
tell us more about how I inspired you so I can look good in front of everybody.
You motherfucker. But yeah, no, that was that kicked it off for the setters and acquisition systems.
That's
and then
sick.
Because I came from another coaching company. They didn't have any of that. It was all manual.
Yeah.
And then you gave me the systems, and then I went into to Ravi's program, systemized that even more. But yeah, we're fucking killing it. I mean, last year I think we did 6x in revenue.
That's dope, dude. Yeah, this guy's how old are you?
22.
22.
Yeah.
He's young. Do you remember when you were 22, bro? I don't think so. Are you even 22 yet? What are you?
I think
I'm still trying to
22.
figure that
I think 22 was like a solid, like 8,800 years ago.
Whoa! Dinosaur ages, baby.
What are you, 30?
No, I'm 28.
Oh, close.
Yeah.
Close.
So welcome to the fun circle, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, no, it's been good.
Yeah,
I
dude.
mean, super awesome.
Yeah.
When it came down to from what you originally started, what made you kind of like quickly shift into the next thing? Because it seems like you started with one thing and then you quickly were just like, okay, it's not it. Let me move to the next thing. And then what you're doing now seems to be completely shifted from what that, what that was.
It's a good question. Scalability is one. Also doing what you like to do. Now, some people can go against that, like, following your passion. Like, if you think about it, people in the steel industry, do you think they're fucking passionate about steel?
Right.
Or
No,
like
not at all.
concrete? No, but they're billionaires.
Right.
So you could go that route. You just put your head down and work. But it also comes down to the long-term vision. I didn't really figure out what the long-term vision was until last year when it was around this time, almost a year ago in San Diego. I was out in the desert. And I think, I forgot the name. I was in Kurosi's retreat. And we were up on the rocks. We did a lot of personal work, a lot of self-improvement, right? Very quiet up there. We were on a high mountain. I could maybe send you a picture, toss it up on the screen. But we're sitting up there and we all had our journals and they had music coming on and they're like, what's your long-term vision? Like, what do you guys want to do? What do you, just all these different questions. And we're all sitting there peace and quiet, right? And we're thinking. I was thinking to myself, like, I'm super, super fortunate to have everything. My dad works his tail off. My mom does the same thing. And so, a lot of people when they start a business, they're like, they have something to like lean back on where they come from maybe, an unfortunate family. They come from overseas and they have to start from nothing. I was like, I don't really have anything of that. And I can just stick with college and do whatever I want. But where's the fun in that? I'm just some other guy. And so I'm sitting up there and I thought to myself, like, the program is called Impact Launch for a reason. Impact, right? And so I thought, my dad came to this country when he was in his teens. He's, one of 4 children. He had to work his entire childhood to support his family. His father passed away when he was in his teens. He bought his first house at roughly 18. And he had to renovate the entire thing by himself. And the only thing that really got him through until this day is self-education, being educated on his own. Everything that he knows, everything that he's been able to accomplish, and everything that he's taught me is through his own self-education. So I was like, you know what? I don't want people to have to work as hard as my dad did for self-education, right? To build something for themselves. So our program is the reason behind that, right? Like we want people to be able to like push their programs and their own education to others to help them to build something for themselves. And so once I figured that out, that's like my long-term vision. Because I would kind of jump back and forth, especially when you're starting out, like you don't know, you know, and the best thing to do is just literally pick one and run with it. Because as humans, what we're going to do is have the shiny object syndrome of, you know, the next thing that we see, we have to go to it, right? Or like the next business model, or the drop shipping, or the Facebook ads, or this. And I believe that that's one of the reasons why so many are not successful, because their focus is all over the place. But no one tells you that unless you get super deep into it, right? So once you understand that, that you just have to keep your focus, and then you'll figure it out. Because you won't figure it out if you don't know anything, if you don't have the experience, right? The muscle memory behind everything. So, you know, I was behind Facebook ads, and then I went into coaching because it was a much scalable model, but the clients were doing way better, right? It was just way easier on my end, way easier on their end, and it just logically made sense. But I figured out that that's what I want to do. Yeah. Because there's like a reason behind it. So I feel like, you know, when you have a reason, whatever it may be, it could just mean like the simplest thing. It's gonna push you, right? But yeah, no, that's basically.
You believe in passion, dude?
No, I was actually ready to swing that point back around.
Yeah.
I think either right after I finished college, which was like 18 years ago. You know what I mean?
That just registered.
Like, why is nobody laughing? No, right when I finished college, I think one of the main things that happened was like, I finished college. The goal was physical therapy. Yeah. Right. I was working as a trainer for a year. COVID hit. Everything shut down, and all of a sudden, this quote unquote dream, this passion of mine, it got replaced with one thing after another. And quickly I realized, I was like, dude, I'm not gonna go back. I'm not gonna go back to school. I'm not gonna go back and finish prerequisites. I'm not gonna do any of that. Only to make the same amount of money I'm making now. So then I was like, you know what? Yeah, it really made me realize that this whole like idea of a passion, it's a bit of a joke. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna go as far as saying it's a joke, but like it's something I threw out the window a while back.
Or do you think the passion changed?
I don't think the passion changed.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I don't like. So my perspective is like, I don't think the passion should be attached to the thing you're doing.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Right.
The passion, like for example, for me, I wanted to figure out the basics of something I wanted to do. That I like the skeletal aspect of the career. For example, if you're a lawyer, you have to like go into court. You have to like arguing things. Like you have like that should be the basis of like why you become a lawyer, right? If you want to be a doctor, maybe your basis is like I want to save lives, right? For me, like I realized I enjoyed like because I went through a lot of digging with that, and I'm like, this seems like something that would slow me down. It might work for some people, but like, I don't know, I could be wrong. I feel like passion projects make a lot less money than projects that aren't passionate, because when you're not passionate or emotionally attached to it, you logically look at it differently, and you're able to like just make your decisions out of data. Like, okay, cool. Like, for example, like if I start a business, I'm not going to start it because I feel good about it. I'm going to start it because the total addressable marketplace is huge. I'm going to start it because there's this, like, a lot of competition happening around this new innovation that I can make a lot of money with. Those are like distinctive factors of why I want to run a successful business, right? My passion comes in like, dude, I just like building teams and systems, and I don't care what I do as long as it's ethical and like religiously allowed, like I'm going to do it. And that I fell in love with that, which I think for me helped me like more long term.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's like what you said earlier. It's like, when you do have a passion towards something, typically your passion, you kind of have to like, put your head down and just keep marching forward. You have to keep grinding at it. And typically if someone has like a passion for like making videos, like the first thing you started with, like chances are they're not making enough to where like there's only so much you can produce because it's just you. You have a limited time, you know?
True.
So you can say that's something you're passionate about, but in order for you to make a living off of that, you really do have to just grind it out all the way through.
Yeah. It's also emotional.
Yeah. For me, I notice passion is something that is facilitated by money.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this whole idea of like making money off of your passion, I don't really see. I just see work as work, fun as fun, and then those are completely separate things. But whatever my passions are in life, in order for me to attain those or achieve those, they need to be facilitated by money.
Yeah, that's like a hyperlogical perspective on the theory of business. I noticed that like big entrepreneurs who succeed at a high level never ever looked at their business as a passion. The passion was developed after the thing. Like Steve Jobs didn't start Apple because he was passionate about computers. He saw Steve Wozniak working on this machine and he said, holy crap, this is dope. I could sell a lot of this.
Yeah.
So let me go do it. And as you started to do it, he started to develop the passion within what he was doing.
Same
right?
with Mark.
So, and I think like if you look at all the big entrepreneurs, same concept. Maybe Elon's a bit different. Elon's a little crazy.
I mean, if you look at like, you know, the billionaires of the world, most of them look like they flipping hate life.
Yeah.
Like most of them just look upset
Dude,
all
Jeff
the time.
Bezos is on TRT now, bro. He's rocking
kidding.
it. You haven't seen him?
The guy looks jacked,
Dude,
bro.
he's like massive, bro. He went from like he went from like a twig when he first started Amazon to like he's like jacked, like six pack, everything. Yeah, I swear.
He's pretty jacked. With the bald head is a crazy look.
He looks like a savage. I'm not gonna lie.
It's baller.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
Yeah.
When I see him, I'm
Amazon.
like, goddamn, like, way to put on a statement.
Yeah, but no, even if you think about it, like this whole concept of like, you know, your work being your passion and whatnot, like there's so much discomfort that's revolved around business, so much stress that you have to go through, so much of like, you know, learning and adapting and failing, and there's no enjoyment to that.
Yeah.
There's no enjoyment to that. But what some part of you is just like, I'm gonna have to go through it because I know on the other side I'm gonna achieve something, right? We constantly talk about this idea that you have to do the uncomfortable things because the good results only come from discomfort, right? And so it's like, there's no way that there's like a perfect connection between the two.
You read Principles?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know how he talks about like the evolution of things, right? So I think like as you evolve in your business, your passion develops, right? And then also, you know how he talks about like the first-hand consequence, the second-hand consequence? So it's always looking at the second hand. Like for example, if I work out, the first hand is I'm going to be tired, but the second hand is I'm going to be jacked, right? If I get into the business, the first-hand consequence is like a lot of like issues down, up and down. I don't know if I like it. I'm not passionate about it, blah, blah, blah. Second-hand consequences, my family's fed. I'm living a good life. I have money flowing in. It's something that's sustainable and stable. Like, for example, right now with the cybersecurity stuff, man, it sounds sexy from the outside. When it's, cybersecurity, they're like, that was...
Headache.
Wow, bro, dude. It's
Sorry,
unbelievable.
it doesn't sound sexy.
Well, maybe, but I like a lot of people, it's weird because when I tell people I'm in cybersecurity, they kind of like compliment me, like, oh, congrats, dude. Like, you know, that's usually
I just imagined a bunch of Indians.
That's one way.
Have you tried turning it off and back on again?
It's really hard and it's really dreadful sometimes and it's very slow and like, okay, but then I realized throughout my career, the secondhand consequence that I'm looking for is long-term wealth that's stable.
Yeah.
I don't want wealth that I create that can be like taken down really quickly.
Yeah.
So like this is slow money, but if I spend 20 years on this, I can take it to 9 figures and that 9 figures is sticky. Yeah. Like that 9 figures to somebody who wants it was probably worth, 10 figures plus.
That's where the real wealth is.
Yeah, 100%.
$1 million these days is like, it's nothing. It's really nothing, especially with inflation.
Yeah.
I mean, you get to $1 million, there's always going to be someone above you. That's nothing. That's pocket change to these people in business. There's always levels to these wealth. But in terms of that struggle, dude, there's been so many fucking times. Are we allowed to curse on this? Yeah.
Try to reduce it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
His mom might watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she won't understand much of it.
No, there's been a lot of times, and I know probably for you as well, when we've all wanted to quit.
Oh yeah.
Like beyond quitting, just burn it.
Well, I'm gonna be honest about that. Like, I really don't think. I don't know about you, but like, I've had this logical, hyper-realistic perspective of business ever since I started it, and so, like, I knew coming into it, this is gonna take a very long time. It's gonna be dreadful.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard. There's gonna be a lot of ups and downs. It's just gonna be really intense. But I just decided that this is me, right? And like, this is just what comes part of the package. So I've never actually thought of quitting.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I've never gotten to a point where I'm like, I am done with entrepreneurship. Because to me, figuring that out, that formula, was worth my whole life's work.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, if I just focus, like, I like to make things very simple. Like, I'm like, okay, from a simplistic standpoint, if I just focus on this one thing, like this thing figuring out business. Because my logic from college was like, okay, cool, like, let's say I get a degree, I get a job. I'll be making what? $250,000 a year, 300,000, like maybe like on a good salary, $500,000. Like if you're like an exec.
Yeah, C-suite.
Right.
No, there is. Like if you're an exec in certain.
Right. But the thing is, that's definitely, you're talking
It
years
depends.
into the game.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If I spend my whole life working it.
Oh, right.
Like how far can I really take it? Like, okay, maybe cool. I have a $500,000 and it's stable. I'm doing well. Maybe a nice house in Irvine, $2 million. I'm chilling. Yeah. But then there's this other Adam who decided just to take a risk. And sure, his first 5 years were like a lot more hectic and maybe a lot more unstable, quote unquote. Or is it really? Because this other guy was studying and going to classes. Both are hard. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so when I decided to get into it, I was like, I'm just gonna do this until I figure it out. So I have gotten to points where I wanted to like quit like the journey, like quit the certain thing I was building. Like, this agency, man, screw it, it's such a headache. But like the moment I say that and it blurts out of my mouth within 30 seconds, I'm like, nah, dude, I love this. This is like, I love the insanity, right? But I can see how somebody can like opt out pretty easily.
It's very easy to.
Yeah.
If if your foundations are not strong enough, it's very easy to just, no one's stopping you. Like I've been offered, jobs to like leave. People tried to buy me out, like and I was like, I don't know. 'Cause it's just like, complacency is what's the saying? Complacency breeds the average man, or breeds average, or something like that. And
sounds
like,
about right.
Like peace of mind, but you don't feel fucking fulfilled,
Yeah.
So
I agree,
know,
dude. It's a bust.
Yeah, I think
Don't do entrepreneuring, bro.
Yeah, your 9 to 5 sucks. No,
well, it's what you like, man.
Yeah, I know people obviously who have a job and are completely happy.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Yeah, no, as a I feel like especially as men, there really is this huge thing behind the sense of, like you said, fulfillment, right? Even if someone has a decent paying job, right? Once you clock out of that 9 to 5, typically you're mentally just checked out.
Yeah.
You're physically tired, and no matter how motivated you are to even after then build something for yourself, you just can't find the energy for it. You can't find the time for it. You're always tight, and it does at the end of the day leave you with this sense of unfulfillment, and you're just like, there's something missing in my life, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
I feel like most people are just like, yeah, dude, well, that's why we go drinking on the weekends. It's like, all right, dude, just good for you.
Put a Band-Aid on the problem, man.
Yeah, literally.
You ever thought of quitting?
Recently? Today?
You ever wanted to just
Can
quit?
we convince you?
Drop everything?
I feel like at times I did, because I never understood why the problems would happen. And like I have a great network of people, but I just, like, I would figure out, like, because I would ask my friends and everyone would tell me something different. And it's like, okay, where do I focus? Yeah. Like everyone's like, no, your copy sucks. No, your ads. Or like, no, your marketing, whatever it is. And it would just toss me left and right.
This is where having too much advice is like, like how drinking water is great, but if you drink too much of it, you can drown. Having advice is great, but if you have too much of it, you can drown.
Yeah,
it's lit.
Yeah, no. The issue becomes when people believe that their experiences are 100% black and white. So whatever their experience taught them, they now teach it as though it's
that.
Yes, 100%.
You know, it's this or nothing. It's like, dude, chill out, bro. Like yours is a very specific, detailed situation. It's not gonna be the same every time. So that can definitely, when people see things as black and white, it could be definitely an issue.
The other thing is delayed gratification. That's one thing I had to learn for a long time. Where it's like, yeah, you get advice from people, but you have to ride it out long enough until you see something. Like we're talking months or even years.
Yep.
Because especially when you're first starting out, everyone thinks that's a quick fix. Something you could just flip on and it'll be fixed. But like when my clients were not like getting results, or I wasn't getting any clients, I was like, is it worth it? Am I just gonna keep struggling like this, or do I have to look inward? Because a lot of the times it's looking inward. It's not really something that you're doing. It's more so just a limiting belief that you have.
What would you do if you did stop? See, that was an answer I could never answer.
I enjoyed engineering a lot before, because my dad's an engineer.
Oh, nice.
And so I would do, like, he would teach me how to solder like the chips and all that stuff. I did coding a little bit. I was like a gamer too. So,
nice.
a PC gamer, so I would know everything about the computers. I would write code. I had my own softwares and whatnot. So that's what I did before. But I always think about that. If I never had the business, what would I do? Maybe just go into, I don't know, some finance or accounting, but...
Yeah, see, I can never answer that question.
I
want to work at Costco.
I have a friend that works at Costco.
The
sounds like, dude, I would be down. You know what'd be funny?
Dude,
I've actually thought of like times.
$1.50 hot dogs with a drink?
Phenomenal experience.
Crazy, right?
I've thought, imagine.
Smoothies.
Huh?
The smoothies.
Oh, the
smoothies
are so
lit,
good,
too.
The churro, the smoothies, the piece of
Yeah,
pizza.
yeah.
You're like 3,000 calories in and feeling chill.
The churros are kind of clapped.
Huh?
The churros are kind of clapped, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, they're all right.
The churros are not it.
But the smoothies, man.
Yeah.
Smoothies are good.
Smoothie.
What about the gas?
The chocolate
The
sundaes.
gas?
The gas from Costco?
The gas makes
Gas. Now we're talking.
Now we're talking his language.
Yeah.
Yeah, gas savings.
What the samples they do?
What was I saying? What were we talking about, bro? Oh, I said I have a friend that works at Costco. Heard it's a great job.
Well, no, before I
Oh,
even
right.
talk about
I
Costco.
was gonna say, I've had this weird thought, like, where I'm like, you know what? I want to be really successful in my career and have millions of dollars chilling, and then I go get random jobs just to experience them. Like
Costco.
Yeah, I thought of that. I thought of that before. Like, I'm like, you'd be dope. Like, you know, I could never stand getting paid like that. But I'm like, if I didn't care about that, like, I'll have fun.
Some part of me is bummed out that I feel like I've like surpassed the age where I can like go and do fun jobs like that just for the hell of it. For like a seasonal gig or something like that, you know?
Dude,
some part of me is just like, dude, I've always wanted to low-key work at Costco. Just try it out, you know? It's fun.
Yeah.
I've worked at a grocery store.
Yeah?
For a
No,
month.
Costco's different, bro.
Right.
Like
grocery
Costco, like
store.
I'd have Heelys if I was working at Costco.
You're hilarious. You're flipping hilarious. A grocery store, yes, but that was like my first year in college. You know what I mean? Like flipping 18, 19, you know? Like that age is fine, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you're still flipping 22, you know? But at 28, he was like, oh yeah, I'm excited for my job at Costco. It's like, this dude hit rock bottom. You know what I mean? Like, there's no other reason why he's here.
That's hilarious. He just dropped his age. Did you hear it?
28.
I already told him like a hot minute back.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
God damn, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I had good
I think
listening.
you were
zoned out?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. When you speak, that's usually what happens.
Is it?
Yeah, I just go, what? What's going on around here?
I have that.
Oh, I love how your cat's just chilling.
She like...
No wonder the carpet smells like cat piss.
Yeah, she just chills on it like that. Yeah.
Has she been there for a minute? I didn't even realize.
Dude, they come in like ninjas, man.
I love it.
So, dude, what are your, tell us your top 3 hacks of life, bro.
Attention is number one.
Like, what do you mean? Like, attention
energy
from
flows-
females?
Well, that's one we'll talk about. Attention flows where energy goes.
Okay.
That's very important. Very important. Like, people don't really talk about that. Like, your focus is extremely important. That was another one. Your question was, what's like the creed?
Top 3 life hacks, bro.
Top 3 life hacks.
Like, it could be as stupid as, like, always brush your teeth. Like, you know? Like, just top 3, like things that, like, you feel like are so, like, I don't know, just massively impacting you.
Hop on TRT.
Limit your dopamine.
Oh,
It's big.
that's fire.
I was just talking about this in the
huge.
car.
That's
actually.
huge, actually. That's
That is
fire as hell.
actually huge.
I've been thinking about that a lot lately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you feel like you're just overwhelmed. Like, you're just, and like, you're kind of...
So the reason I say that is because for me, I sit at my desk like almost all the day, and the dopamine that I can get, it's like very limited. So like, yeah, I'll go on my phone or whatever, but not as much. And then I'll just go take a walk or go for a drive. And then like once you figure out what brings really good enjoyment, it's gonna really help you. Now that leads to my third thing. This has been insane for me, is like appreciating the little things. So over like the past 2 years, if you're like in the moment and you're taking a stroll and you're just like looking at the flowers, right? You're paying attention to the birds chirping, like you're in the moment. That will slow down time, make you extremely, extremely grateful, and it'll just make you happy overall. Because if there's any, like if there's something little that's gonna piss you off, imagine what happens when something big comes out, right? So even when you're like sitting in your car, you know, instead of like complaining, just be thankful that you have everything that's around you.
Yeah.
You know, and like, yeah, it's a little deep, but that's what I've been doing for the past couple of years, and that's why I'm so content. Like, even if something happens in my business or something goes down the drain, I don't really get pissed. I mean, for a little bit, but then I kind of just get over it because I see the bigger picture. I know that I have everything else that I could ever want, right? I'm just like thankful for it.
In the process.
You know?
Yeah, you just explained. I know you're not Muslim, but you know, like, وَلَئِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ, the ayah. Yeah. So it's interesting. There's a verse in the Quran that says, if you're thankful, I'll add more into your life.
Yeah.
So like, you literally just explained like in the simplest form the way of living.
Yeah.
You know, like
Being
if you
thankful
just,
for it.
yeah, 100%. Like it really comes down to just that. Like if you look at all the basics and you remove everything, you're like the cure to happen, depression, all this other stuff. Is if you're just like, you try to find what's around you and you're thankful for it, because all of a sudden you keep working, and that'll, you know, start to grow and grow and grow and grow.
Creates
but you're
abundance.
always inward rather than looking what you don't have. You know?
Yeah. Creates abundance.
Huh?
Creates abundance, removes a scarcity.
100%. That's huge. I like those. See, that's pretty.
The second
good.
point you mentioned, limit your dopamine.
Yeah.
What ways did you practice that? And then the second part of that question is, how much has that helped you with your focus?
It's a good question. So, because I was just talking about this on the way here, doing like a dopamine detox. And what was the first question? How have you done it?
Yes, like what are ways you can tell people, like, basically, hey, this is how you limit your dopamine?
There's cheap dopamine, and then there's fulfilling. The cheap one is what you get from going on your phone, social media, things that literally don't benefit you. But what I realized is the ones that you actually have to work for is what's fulfilling. So for example, back thousands of years ago, we had to hunt for our food. Okay, we had to build our own houses. We had to build everything, and it's fulfilling. And we feel like we're accomplished, we're confident, right? We're competent in ourselves. That's the real form. But if you're going on social media, or if you're going, you know, drinking, or you're doing any of those BS, that's cheap form, because you're not accomplishing anything. But your body just gets that same feeling, and so you still want it, because you're not doing anything, but you feel like you're doing something because it feels good. But you're just in the same loop. You didn't change, you didn't grow. There's nothing different that happened. Going out drinking all the time, right? And so what I do, because I'm a very simple man, so if it's like to limit it, I'll throw my phone in a completely different room. It's weird how it works. Like if I have my phone either on my nightstand versus in a completely different room, my mind is completely off of my phone if it's in a different room. It's weird. That's one thing. The other thing is I don't really hang out with my friends a lot on the weekdays, because when I do hang out with them, it'll be like a whole day thing on the weekends, and we'll just dick around. We'll do
That's
whatever.
so Arab of you.
What?
That's like so Arab.
on the
Like
weekends?
I'm the same thing. Like if I hang out with homies, I gotta do like 6 hours, 7 hours. Like, have you ever hung out? I mean, I guess now, but it always feels weird. Like when I go see somebody for like an hour, I'm like, all right, see you later, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
What did I just do here today, huh?
Yeah, it's a whole day thing. But I still feel weird. Like I still need to go back to work. You know.
Yeah.
So that's that, and then, man, I think there was like one more. I guess dieting, no sugar. Like cutting out sugar is literally cancerous. It's the worst thing you can ever put in your body.
Right.
And we don't realize that because no one tells us that.
Sure.
And that also triggers it. But I just try and limit all of that stuff, because then your dopamine just resets, and then it resets based on what you're focusing on. So if you cut out all of that, and then you start focusing on your work, then you start to get dopamine from your work. You know what I mean?
Because it's fulfilling.
Yes, because your body's trying to look for something,
Nice.
and so it focuses on that.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, and then you start to get into the cycle, and then you continue.
Work
the same
hacks,
thing.
bro.
I like it.
Life hacks, work hacks.
I like it. I like
We're gonna
it.
walk out of this podcast 10 times
So,
smarter.
and you would say overall, it like tremendously helps your focus.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's what I do. I mean, it's different for everyone, but if I had to give.
No,
a
it makes a lot of
recommendation-
sense.
It's very. I agree
No,
with that.
it makes a lot of sense
yeah.
because Malik and I, who's like the other guy who was supposed to be here, him and I, we do our own show, and very often we find ourselves revolving back to this conversation about people like our parents' generation, like your father,
Yeah.
comes to this country, has literally nothing, right? It's do or die for them,
Yeah.
and all they know is hustle, 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 and it's like. People you're walking around, you have no idea that people of that generation, they're literally like your millionaire neighbors who are just living around. Why? Because they came to this country, they had nothing but hustle on their mind, and they just got down and did the absolute grimiest work that they needed to in order to build something. And the reason why I'm saying like what you're saying makes a lot of sense is because for them, they just had to focus on achieving and achieving and achieving. And that became the dopamine fulfillment for them, right? Or it became the dopamine release because of them feeling fulfilled from it. And now when you see them, you look at them and you're like, I don't get it. This person would rather work than go on vacation.
Yep.
This person would rather work than go out to brunch or whatever, which is like such a common thing nowadays. This person would rather, like, they get home from work to open up their laptop and do more work. And you're like, this person's sick, So it makes sense that it's completely shifted for them. Instead of them doing things that are cheap dopamine, triggers, they've done the fulfilling things instead. I like that. That was actually a very, very good point.
Yeah.
It's a work hack.
Yeah.
So you're gonna work now 24 hours a day?
No, hell no, dude.
Work out.
I'm just
24 hours?
robot, bro. Robot mode.
I gotta take a nap after this.
Oh yeah? We've been doing
Right
this.
here.
You're the, this is the second podcast today, man. Back to back.
Today?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
we
might
just-
have yawned a couple times, but it's not because of you.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't yawn. What the heck? Don't,
I saw you,
bro,
liar.
relax, bro. Don't tell
We
him.
literally have.
Bro, don't tell him. Turn off the cameras. Those are fake.
I
Media's
said
fake.
we.
Media's fake, bro.
That's funny.
Fake news.
That's funny, bro.
That's super awesome, though. That's super awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, focus. Focus is a big thing that I always have issues with. I'm very impulsive in my nature. I'm very goofy as well.
Same.
As you can tell.
Same.
Is
Anyways,
anybody laughing here?
it wasn't supposed to be funny. I'm being serious.
Oh,
Look at me
okay.
being serious.
Sorry.
dude.
Apologies.
But yeah, focus is definitely an issue that I have. Something that I've been working on more and more. But that definitely made a lot of sense. That was dope.
What's worked for you
What's worked for me?
for focus?
I typically will have that conversation with myself where I'm like, I get sick and tired of it. I'm just like, oh wow, same thing. I haven't achieved anything. What have I done today? And then from there, it just like, I kind of just have like a cold turkey cutoff type of deal, and then it's like, boom, I get right into it.
Yeah.
Another thing as well is sometimes I guess like, so traveling is one of my vices. Flipping love traveling.
Okay. Same.
Just came back from Costa Rica, from Colombia last week.
Medellin?
From Colombia, Medellin. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. And I've been on such a high from it
Yeah.
that it's translated into everything else. I literally came back and I'm like waking up early. I'm motivated to do things, and so yeah, that's
It's crushing it.
yeah.
That's lit.
That's how I feel with travel.
Yeah.
But
traveling is
I've
amazing.
started to have a
We were just
battery.
talking about it. Yeah, it was nuts.
What?
How many places have you traveled to? We actually asked that question. How many countries have you been to?
Countries?
Yeah.
Should I name them? I haven't been to too many countries, but states I've been.
No, just the number, the overall.
Just a number.
All right, so Portugal, Germany, France, Syria, London,
Just the number, yeah.
London the country,
London, the country.
the Belgium, and there's 6, but there's definitely been more. I feel like there's definitely more states. I've been to a lot of states, like especially in the past 2 years. Yeah.
6 or
Yeah,
more
the
states.
thing we were talking about earlier, like how you were saying, like the whole thing about like recording and then editing it. I was explaining to him the whole idea was like when you go on a trip and you record everything, because I'm the camera guy.
Yeah.
I get my GoPro everywhere,
Yeah.
flipping. And just recently on my last 2 trips, I decided to do it like more of a vlog style rather than just film. And for Malaysia, Thailand, I decided, okay, if I'm doing it vlog style, I'm gonna go back home and I'm gonna actually turn this into a vlog, right, and actually post it. And so I did. I started doing that, and it's so phenomenal to like break everything up, organize it in a certain way, and then start editing these videos, and you relive the experience of your entire trip. And like you're sitting there editing, and like you're going through like certain clips and videos, and then you notice yourself, right? You're just like you're literally by yourself in the middle of nowhere. There's a dark room, whatever. Nobody's around you. And you're just cracking up and you're laughing and you're like, dude, I sound like a psychopath. But like genuinely, you're just reliving that moment, and it's such a good experience. And hours will go by of editing, and similar to like a passion project, right? Hours of editing will go by, and you're just like, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
Just keep breaking away at it.
Yeah. When I did that, my first summer video, I just recorded everything that happened in the summer. It took me 10 hours to edit. One shot in one day. It was the most fulfilling thing at the end. It's like I went out and hunted my own like elk or something.
You spent 10 hours on that edit?
Yeah.
Just straight?
Straight 10 hours.
Damn. Non-stop.
Crazy. Yeah.
That's wild.
But
That's a
that's
lot
the
of
other
time.
thing. I love filming and I love vlogging. I don't do it now, but when I did. But I just always would get lazy of having to edit and put all the clips together. And then having that like idea that I have to bring the camera there and I have to set it up and everything has to look good. Maybe I was doing it wrong.
That's what stops everybody.
Yeah.
That's what
Maybe I was
stops
doing it
everybody.
wrong. I don't know. But
No. It's a bulky it's a bulky
Task.
yeah, it's a bulky task. It's very.
Wait, what?
I'm looking for a word right
What's
now.
the word, bro?
But yeah, it's just it is a very like
Active.
it's a very what's it called, tacky thing to like
Yes.
deal with.
Yeah.
It's going to be annoying.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, it's like once again, it's going to be annoying in the moment.
Yeah.
But
It's fulfilling after.
there's a second part to it,
Yeah.
and the second part to it is you come back with an experience you can share, right? The principles you were talking about earlier.
Yep. The secondhand consequences.
In the moment, it sucks. I don't want to carry this. I have to go like flipping paragliding while carrying a flipping selfie stick with your GoPro on it, a few $100 in your hand, and no strap to your wrist,
literally.
and you're just like, what the hell? Like this is such a. And it's not even about like, oh, if I drop this camera, I'm not gonna get the paragliding videos. It's like, no, I'm gonna lose all the other footage. It's gonna be lost in the jungle somewhere. But it's like you go through it and you just gotta deal with it, because at the end, if you see those paragliding videos, they're flipping phenomenal.
Yeah.
They are so exciting to watch.
On that topic, it's like the memories that really keep me like so energized. Another tactic to life, if I may add really quickly, is
No, he only asked for 3. You can't get a 4th.
oh,
This is the
that's a
5th.
bummer.
5th?
Yeah.
Oh, I got 3 more.
He did 4.
You got 3 more.
3 more, baby.
He did 4.
He did 4? 3 more? 7? I assume that, bro.
I think as a man, having a group of guys where you just literally talk about nothing and just
Talk about nothing? What are you guys looking at each other?
Finish. Go ahead. You were saying.
you just kind of dick around. Like there's really you see the cat with the lens thing. You literally just talk about nothing and you just create these like hilarious memories. Like you ever see those videos where the guys are just laughing at the stupidest things,
Right.
but they're laughing their butts off.
Yeah.
If you have a group of people like that,
Makes life fun.
that'll
Yeah.
that'll fix any bad mood that you're in, any schlump that you're going through.
Yep.
That's like a life hack.
Yeah.
Good set of
Easy
people.
way to get you out of a funk.
1, 2, 3 people, doesn't even have to be big. I would recommend a smaller group, because the big one is like people start talking about each other and just bad experiences. But just having that like those small group of people, it's a life hack,
Yeah.
and people that you could trust. You could just be yourself around, just release like your inner self, not have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
Just to help make you realize it's not that bad.
And then making videos with them, and then watching back at it a couple years down the line, like remember when we did that, you know?
Yeah.
It's very, very, very fulfilling.
That's why me and this guy got along. We like met literally just very recently. But then, but then we're like, me, him, and then Matic, we all hung out, and it was like just straight laughs for like hours over the dumbest stuff. Man.
Yeah.
And like we had such a blast, and they were running their own podcast. So I was like, guys, y'all want to just do this on camera? Like we already do this.
Yeah.
You know, you want to just like attach a camera and just have fun?
Yeah.
Imagine we met, and then within 3 weeks, we committed to about $6,000 worth of equipment.
Yep.
Within 3 weeks.
Yep.
Nice.
It didn't take much.
They were like, this is it. Like,
Who's the real idiot here? Is the question.
Yeah, it was a blast, man. We were like, because we would be hanging out, we'd just be laughing our butts off for like hours on end. I just look at them and I'm like, we need to do this. It's gonna be fun. And that's why we kind of do our podcast like this, because we just talk and have fun, you know? It's like, it's a lot more unique. So I agree with you, the whole like having a small group of friends that you can then like make videos with and stuff like that. Like that's fun. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anything to add on to that, Mr.?
I actually wanted to do something like that.
Have a small group of friends.
Yeah.
Well, it's because you're a loser, so I guess
no.
that's a given, right? See, he just met you and he already agrees,
Dude,
bro.
I don't even know you.
Me, Malik, and then a couple of other guys. I think I personally believe if we like had this idea, like okay, you're familiar with like Sidemen, Beta Squad, like those type of groups.
Nelk,
Amp, Nelk, right? If we decided 5-6 years ago to just forget 5-6 years ago. What the hell am I talking about? I've been kicking it with these boys for like flipping 12, almost 15 years now. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we definitely have that type of relationship. The moment I'm in the room with either of them or all three of them, I'm telling you, it's like no matter what is on my mind, it just completely just goes, right? Somehow we're able to center each other very well. And if like 10 years ago we decided to just start flipping recording each other and just posting it, we would have had an insane production by now. Yeah. It would have been crazy because we really we catch a vibe together differently.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? How you could have done this like one small thing like a decade ago and your whole life would be so different today.
Yeah. But I mean, you have that regret, but what's stopping you from starting today?
That's true.
What's stopping you from starting today?
Yeah.
So,
like you did a travel vlog. Which was cool. Right.
Why not?
He's a full-time YouTuber.
Oh. No. Bug off.
He's like, I don't hold that title anymore.
No. I don't ever want to hold that title. Period.
That's funny. Wow.
I have a group of friends like that.
Oh yeah?
Dude, we're nuts. Like I can be so comfortable with these guys, it's scary. Mm-hmm. And
I can already tell.
Yeah.
Racist jokes.
Whoa.
Just put them on blast.
Whoa.
Just put them on blast.
Oh, God.
That's funny. No, but I could just be open with these guys. I've never, ever been judged by these guys in my entire life. Oh, yeah? And I think that's where I also get my confidence, too, because I just don't really care whatever someone thinks. Because I know it doesn't really matter. You know, but anyway. Yeah, these guys are nuts. I mean, I've grown up with these guys. I've known them for roughly 7-8 years, and it's just,
you guys just go crazy all the time.
Yeah,
that's sexy.
Yeah. Just everything.
Dude, appreciate you for hopping on, bro.
Thank you for having me.
Can you believe it's already been an hour?
Has it really? I didn't even realize.
Serious?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
55 minutes. Yeah.
Kicking it.
Yeah, crazy. Time flies when you're having a blast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you flying out tomorrow?
Yeah.
Or are you heading back? Jersey or?
Jersey. Yeah.
All right, for sure.
But then I have a couple more trips. I'll be in Jerusalem for like 10 days in like 2 weeks.
Nice.
And then I'll be back here. Well, not here, but I'll be back in LA in July for maybe a week.
Very cool.
Roughly, yeah.
We'll bring him back on.
Hopefully
throw him back
hopefully
on.
the M5 will be ready.
Yeah, hopefully the M5 will be good to go.
Yeah.
Appreciate you for hopping on, my G.
Thank you for having me,
Yeah, it's been a blast.
Yeah, dude, time flies when you're doing your patch.